Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Hollywood, the celebrity status, the status quo, the A-listers. We're going to be mentioning the artists, the people who we believe or look up to or idolize as being the successful people in the world and having everything that they want in life, and they make it seem so cool and it looks so amazing. The only problem is that you really gotta ask yourself, what did it take for them to get there? Now, a lot of people will tell you, oh, it's hard work. It takes long and grueling hours and a redundancy and a repetition of just consistently doing work and always making sure you're knocking on the doors and handing your work out, and eventually you'll get that opportunity, and the opportunity will knock. So the real question you really gotta ask yourself is, what is opportunity? Who is opportunity? When you consistently work or you build a buzz for yourself, like many people are now doing nowadays, because people are wearing many hats, especially if you want to be successful in the entertainment industry, to become in Hollywood. You gotta wear many hats, right? You gotta promote yourself. You have to promote the product that you want to sell. You need a manager. You probably don't want one because you don't want to share out the money because you're not really making a lot of money right now. So you want to manage yourself. You want to manage your bookings. You want to kind of do everything yourself. So you're going to wear a lot of hats. When you do that and you work super hard, and I know that there's a majority of the people out there who are doing it, right? And they're building a buzz. They're getting a name for themselves. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just see this one artist, boom, just a blink of an eye, or this new actor in a blink of an eye. Like, it's just like you just came out of nowhere. You never seen them before. They never really had a buzz, and they really had anything. But for some apparent reason, they are in the limelight. They are these people that you need to look out for, and because they're going to be the next hot thing. Has anything ever occurred to people? Because people don't really pay attention to the things, the fine lines. People don't really pay attention to like life in front of them, which is really hard, which is really kind of disappointing to even talk about. But people don't even do that. So when you really start to look on the inside of things, on the reality of things, and don't just take it for face value, you start to see, one, a pattern and a process. So I'm going to be talking about the pattern and the process because, again, we're talking about the truth. We did a series about flat earth and debunking the whole scam because they want to create a deception and fool you and bend the truth. Well, they also do it in other means, entertainment. Whether you see it in the news or you see it in music videos, they always find ways to influence or brainwash you. But how do you become that person to do the influencing or the brainwash? This is the segment that we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to bring to you a little information about Hollywood. Here you go.
What's up? It's MTV News 1515 special edition this week, coming to you from Los Angeles. John Norris here.
This machine around us, this so-called music industry, is such a demonic thing. It sacrifices people's lives and their essences.
And I just think that the whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, kind of bastardized. If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like, that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
I kind of sang about what was going on in my life at 15, and That's how I got introduced to the music industry. Because I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
And these hoes love me like Satan, man. Yeah. And these hoes love me like Satan, man. Yeah.
Go back, I never would've rapped. I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back. I just wanna leave this game with level head intact.
Yeah, I believe in the Illuminati. There is a certain level that you get at that you can't go no further unless you're aware of certain things. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level that you get to, that there's a door that you have to walk through. And it's on you to walk through that door. And once you walk through that door, there's no coming back.
Looks right, beats.
Guys, what the industry has to talk about with what they have to do to seek fame, to go for fame. You have to actually worship or honor or sing the devil. You gotta sign a deal, put the deal on dotted line, sign away for your soul. But there's more, and if that was the only case, then people would probably like, well, that's okay. I mean, a lot of people who are not religious would probably say that's okay, that's cool. But there's a lot more to this. Like, you don't just get fame and fortune just by turning your back. Now you have to showcase your loyalty. So what is showcasing your loyalty? Look at this.
Sacrifices, cannibalism, candles, and exorcism. Human sacrifices, human sacrifices, human sacrifices, human sacrifices.
When you want to operate in that $20 million club and higher, $100 million club where these brothers are operating in, you got to pay the price. You got to bond yourself to these people forever. Let's look at some of the other people that have bonded themselves to this demonic energy. When Kanye West wanted to be up in that space so bad, he signed the oath, took the oath rather, and signed on, became a Mason and took the oath, wrote Lucifer, Son of the Morning for Jay-Z, and that was his initiation, and sure enough, he lost his mom. Him and Dash sacrificed. He sacrificed his fiancée. Who was he engaged to at the time? Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash. Who did Suge Knight sacrifice? Tupac. Who Irv Gotti was supposed to sacrifice, but it didn't happen? Ashanti. She broke away from the camp and now she's doing well. But that was his blood sacrifice. Are you following? Yes, sir. Jeez.
Also suffered the death of close friend rapper Proof at a Detroit nightclub shooting.
What's more than any award is, but I ain't trying to have none of my people hurt or murdered. It ain't worth it. I can't think of a perfect way to word it than to just say that I love you.
Well, hip-hop royalty has lost a son, and reality TV is gearing up for the fall. Time now to catch up on all the latest entertainment news. Showbiz Tonight's AJ Hammer is in New York for us. Hi, AJ.
Hey there, Brooke. Yeah, some sad news out of Los Angeles today. It was confirmed this morning that the 20-year-old son of hip-hop star Dr. Dre was found dead in his home on Saturday. Now, several reports say that Andre Young Jr. returned home Saturday morning after a night out. They also say that Young's mother found him unresponsive later on that morning, and she called 911. Those reports have not been confirmed yet, and the cause of death has yet to be determined by the coroner's office. We did, however, get a statement from Andre Young Sr.'s publicist. She said that Dr. Dre is mourning the loss of his son and asking everyone to respect their privacy and grief, and certainly our thoughts with Dr. Dre and his family on a real terrible day for them.
So yeah, there you go. They're gonna, guy or girl, those are what is required of you to be successful in this industry. He goes on saying that it's kind of hard because people really look at the fact that it's beyond them. Like, they can't control the whole idea. They can't. When you are there, you are not in control of it. So that's why they say when they close the door, it's kind of it. It's kind of over. That's what's going on in the industry, guys. There's principle and powers that be, that are above us, angels and demons, that are in constant battle for our soul. So, even in the Bible, what does a man get if he loses his soul? Fame and fortune? Is fame and fortune really worth it? Now, ask yourself, how many people you know that are super successful stayed super successful? Okay, how about this one? How about Tyra Banks?
Shirley Phelps is here today with 2 of her 11 children, Megan, who's 20, and Rebecca, who is 19. So Shirley, I just have to ask you, why do you hate homosexuals so much?
Well, that's a faulty proposition and a misstatement of facts. I probably love them more than anyone sitting in this room. I love them enough to tell them that their sin is taking them to hell. And if they don't repent and stop living that lifestyle, they're going to hell. And if you don't serve God with all your heart, soul, might, and mind, and obey His commandments, then you're going to hell.
Okay, well, I'm going to burn in hell because so what you got to tell me? Yes, you are. Why don't you tell me what I am?
I'll tell you who you are, Tyra. You are a sheeple. You are a minuscule percentage in an agenda that is definitely bigger than you. You are a entity like everybody else in this world that can be used, reused, recycled, or just thrown away in the trash.
Years, she was America's top model. Now, Tyra Banks is at risk of becoming so last season. How did one of the world's most sought-after beauties suddenly lose her luster? This is the downfall of Tyra Banks.
Oh my God, she's fashion roadkill.
She quit the runway. Banks' first misstep came when she decided to retire from modeling in 2005, at 31. At the time, she claimed she wanted to go out on top and be like the athletes who seemed stuck in time. Her talk show got canceled. After 5 seasons, Banks' talk show, appropriately titled Tyra, was canceled in May 2010. It featured a mix of female empowerment messages, sometimes messy monologues, and antics by the former model, all of which took a turn for the worse in later seasons. Banks and her team sought out drama-filled guests to boost sagging ratings. But the show's new personality made it look less like the Oprah Winfrey Show and more like Jerry Springer. Needless to say, the change in direction did not help Banks. America's Next Top Model was axed. Need another sign that Banks' supermodel influence isn't what it used to be? Look no further than the demise of her formerly beloved reality competition show, America's Next Top Model. After 22 cycles, the catwalk competition was officially axed in December 2015. In its final seasons, the once popular show's ratings were on the decline. And frankly, so was the talent Top Model was attracting. The ever-changing panel of judges, some rumored to have beefs with Banks, didn't help either. Fab Life got the boot. What's a surefire way to lose credibility? Make the same mistake twice. Such was the case when Banks' second failed talk show, Fab Life, ended in a fiery ratings disaster in January 2016. Trouble plagued the production from just about day one, most famously when Banks quit just 2 months into its debut season. At the time, Banks called the decision to leave difficult, but insiders said she left because she was duped into believing she'd have creative control of the show. The cast didn't appear to stay in sync after Banks' exit, and the show soon folded. Unforgiving headlines also pitted Banks against co-host Chrissy Teigen, which added fuel to the theory that sometimes models just can't get along.
Thank you, Tyra, for that beautiful demonstration of what I want to talk to you guys about: security. Even in the industry, even when you get to the top, you're on the peak of your game, it's not for sure that you're still going to be needed. And that's the harsh reality, guys. You really have to start thinking about, if this industry does this, and now you guys are seeing reports about Weinstein, about the movie industry, about women being raped or fondled or taken advantage of by this one man. But personally, I don't think it's one man. I know it's a group of people. He's just the only one who got caught. But this is it. It's a perverse system. It's a satanic system. And what is the purpose of having this system? The same purpose that they want to talk about flat earth. They want to make you lose sight of the truth. Well, this is it. The truth is that there is the devil and there is a God. He's the one who created the world, the flat earth, put a dome so we can't leave it. It's been proven. And the devil, who has domain on this earth right now, is trying to stray you guys away, trying to take your soul. You can't allow him to do that. And they're doing it by ways of manipulation, by television, by movies. They hide the truth in plain sight. They show it to you. But because it's a television show or it's a film, you're going to assume and associate it with it being fake. It's not reality because it's in a movie. If they really wanted to tell us, then they would tell us in the news or something like that. Guys, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. There is a selective few, a group of people that want bad to happen on this earth, and they have the powers that be. The devil, who's they're just doing his bidding. They're just doing what he wants them to do. They're puppets. it's time to wake up. It's time to finally realize that you could do so much more. If your soul is worth that much, probably $20 million or $100 million, your soul is worth that much. You gotta figure out why. Figure out why. Why? Think about this in the industry. These guys are talking about to get in the 20 million club or the 100 million club, they had to denounce the faith of God and then do the devil's bidding of influencing others to denounce the faith of God. And he's willing to pay $100 million, $50 million, $30 million, $1 million and upward. If that is the price of your soul, think about what your soul truly means, guys. Truly. And then when you start looking, and when you start learning, and when you start observing, then your eyes start to wake up. And then you start to see the real issues of the problem, the real situation of what's really going on. But that's the industry. So, I mean, I'm sorry for busting people's bubbles. And if you still have a passion for music, you can continuously do music. But don't seek fame and fortune, because you're going to give up something a lot more than just time. You're going to give up a lot more than just your privacy. You're going to give up your soul, the accountability of you, the essence of you, what makes you significant, what makes you different from everybody else.